Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel, Manny B Investing. And today we are going to take a look at a question. I'm going to read it actually. It's from Reddit, from a Reddit user. I'm going to keep them anonymous, but I'm going to go ahead and read here. First off, I am not a financial advisor, and I am not telling people what to do with their finances. That is not something that I do. You make the best decisions for yourself. You live and die with those decisions, just like the rest of us. Not financial advice, NFA. Hey, Manny. Been watching your videos for a few weeks now. I commented a week or so ago thanking you for getting me into Paribus. I know you believe heavily into this project. I'm stuck on deciding how many tokens I should be hodling. In your opinion, do you think 2 million is too much? I've only been in crypto since the spring. I've had some okay success. I'm open to taking a risk for a solid project. And with what I've researched, I think Paribus could be that project. Just looking for another person's perspective, as I don't know anyone else that's into crypto. Thanks in advance for reading. So this is one of those things where it's like, it's definitely personal preference. You know, everybody has a different circumstance, a different financial situation, and a different appetite for risk. Me personally, I am completely open with the fact that personally, outside of crypto space, I have been blessed with fortune, it seems, myself, my family, and as far as fortune, I'm not rich by any means, but I have options. I typically, in circumstances these days, have an option to not do something, have an option to do something that the majority or the average American doesn't have that advantage, so to speak. So with that being said, my appetite for risk is really low because my life outside of crypto and before crypto is pretty comfortable in a sense where I don't have this, the feeling of being over leveraged or if something goes wrong, it's going to cause a domino effect in my life, which it's a really good feeling. It's a really good place to be in. I wish it on everyone. I wish it on all of us. I wish to continue with that type of lifestyle if it is in the cards for myself and my family. With that being said, a million PBX tokens to me is an insane amount of tokens. If you have any doubts in your mind about having too little or too much, you're definitely, in my opinion, on the too much, if that's a thing. But it really just comes down to your appetite. If the market were to crash tomorrow, what would that risk do for you or do to you and the people connected to you and your family? If, in my opinion, this is the way I gauge my investments. If the market were to crash tomorrow and everything that you hold loses 90% of its value, what would your reaction be? Would you be really salty and upset and go, dang, this sucks? Well, I guess I'm just going to lock everything up in cold storage and wait until the next cycle, if that's a thing in your mind. If your reaction is anything other than that, I would say that your risk is too high. If you are going to go without, your children are going to go without, you face possibly losing a house, a car, your relationships based on this going to a really negative, or not negative necessarily, but say it goes to its original point, like sub 1 penny, half a 50% the value of a penny, we're talking, it goes down to 0.3 of a cent. Like, will that wreck you? No, it won't wreck me at all. I'm not even really upset at all at the price action currently. I lost value, or my bags are lighter, in value, but I'm completely fine. I'm happy right now. I'm excited about the future. I'm doing the same thing I have been, and I think that is the perfect gauge. That is the way you should look at risk. You should always calculate the downside. How will you behave? How will your life change, if it changes at all, on the downside? If all of my bags, everything in my wallets lost 90% of its market value today, I won't be anything other than possibly salty and upset for a couple of days. And honestly, on a lot of projects, if that happened, I would probably be really happy. That would be an opportunity for me to increase my holdings in a lot of tokens that I am really interested in or fully believe in outside of PBX. So I hope that is a good enough answer for you, sir, or ma'am. I didn't really check gender there. It really just comes down to less of a number, because that's relative, right? 1 million tokens, to me, I think that's a lot. That's a lot of tokens. I think you're in a really good place in the project, as long as you aren't sacrificing things in your personal life. Long as you aren't sacrificing relationships with people, I think you've got a good amount of tokens at 1 million. We're all going to make it. Hold strong if that's what your plan is. If you have a way of calculating your average cost per token, put it in KuCoin, set a limit order to liquidate at a certain point. You calculate that out yourself. I would always recommend setting up moon bags when we start to move upward back to our ATH at some point. I would really, really consider pulling my initial for sure, so that you can just be 100% worry free. That's what I would recommend. Like my holding in Ethereum is 100% profits. I took profits from other projects and I put them in stablecoin and I sat on them, and then I bought Ethereum with that, and then Ethereum started to move. So my 100% of my Ethereum bag is from profits. I spent none of my personal finances in any of my accounts on Ethereum. That is the scenario that you want. You want your stuff to work for you. You want DeFi. That's why I'm so bullish on Paribus, just because of the potential. And, ever since being in the space since then, it's been pretty much nothing but good news. So, hopefully that answers your question. If it doesn't, just let me know in the comment section. I'll address it. And thank you again for reaching out to me and seeing me as that authority, so to speak, on Paribus from the community standpoint. Really love Paribus, love the community, and I'm really excited about building with you guys. So jump in the comment section, let me know what you think, let me know how you feel, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.